My name is Patrick, and I want to thank you so much for allowing me be part of your small, big, either listening environment. You could be listening in from your bedroom. The easiest is usually people don't want to get out of bed Sunday. If you could be listening listening in from your sitting room. Njagala kwebaza nnyo for making that decision to listen, to tune in. And now, if you're listening in from your kitchen, you're catching up some bits of cooking here and there. You know, you have some visitors coming through, and you're like, I want to listen to this guy. Music thank you also for doing that. So I want to thank you too for making sure that you're making that decision. Now, for the rest of you who are streaming live, I want to thank you so much, guys, for making sure that you're doing so. Wherever you are wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for tuning in. Now, wherever you are in the world, I want to thank you so much for choosing to listening in to Prime Radio. And specifically for the conversation that we're going to have today, I want to thank Evans. She's in New Jersey, United States, and she's the director or founder of Mama Africa. Thank you so much, Shael Evans. It's a pleasure to have you here in the studio, and the feeling of having someone on the other side, is past the continent of Africa. And she is on the other side, actually, our sister of color. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to ask you, Shell, to also send out that link to more brothers and sisters in the States, outside the States, wherever they are. It could be even to countries where you have, African countries where you have connections to. Let them tune into this wonderful conversations we're going to have today. Tune in last Sunday. We had a conversation on Youth Day, which is coming through on the 12th of August under the theme Youth Engagement for Global Action. Now, I want to thank you so much for all of you that tuned in for that conversation. And I promised you that if everything allows, somehow we shall continue the conversation even this Sunday. And I want to inform you that in the studios I have some wonderful guests that are going to break this conversation of the youth and youth engagement. And I'll ask them to introduce themselves before we go into a music break. So let me ask our guests to introduce. Tell us where you've been, Roland Tibidusia.
Well, thank you, Patrick, once again for this great radio. I call it great because we've got platform of sharing our views as young people, the youth, and even us who are in this area of creative arts. And I thank you very much. My background is I'm a visual artist, but lately I'm running something called MamaAfrica.org. I'm working with the organization. So I'm a tribal counselor, and I'm trying to even have my voice out there and let the East Africans and the world over know that we have this great movement that is here, and we need to be part of it, because time is now. It's a cultural based kind of society that we desire to really share knowledge, education. We desire to have elements of activism and the economic empowerment. That's why I represent right now, and I'm very grateful to be here, and good afternoon, listeners.
Okay. Good to have you, Roland. I'm going to ask you guys to hang on a little bit to that conversation. If you want to be part of the conversation today, the numbers are very simple. You could use the usual Prime Radio WhatsApp number.
Okay, the studio lines, if you're calling in, of course, locally here, it's 0702 65 66 01. Then on the MTN line is 0782 06 0605.
So I want to bring on Chanel. So Shael Evans, who is listening to us now in New Jersey. She's Miss Shael Evans. She's in New Jersey, USA. and she's the director and founder of Mama Africa Initiative. Let me just get Shayo online. Shayo, you're live on air.
Yes, hello.
Yes, Shayo. Yes, Shayo. Hi, good to have you.
I'm glad to be here.
Yes, you're live on 91.9 Prime FM. Yes.
Hello, everyone.
What time is it in New Jersey?
Right now it's 6:51 a.m. So it's really early.
In the morning, right?
Yeah, in the morning.
Oh, you're supposed to be waking up for work?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you briefly to introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us about yourself, and then tell us about something very wonderful, Mama Africa. It sounds very beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, I just want to say royal salute and greetings to all the listeners in Uganda, the rest of Africa, and the entire world. My name is Cheryl. I am the chieftain and founder of MamaAfrica.org. I'm here to push for Africa to be heard and respected and appreciated. That's what it's about. I started back in 2006 with my petition, and then now it has blossomed now into this group, and it's really amazing. Yeah.
Okay. You said you started in 2006 with your tuition.
Yeah, my petition.
Your petition. Can you briefly tell us about the petition?
Sure. It's reparations for the African Holocaust petition. You can find it on gopetition.com. I started that because a lot of the times reparations is not getting the type highlight it could get. In that it needs to be addressed.
Yes.
A lot of times, we're said that, okay, we need to visit Africa and these type of things, but not everyone has the financial backing to do that. Things like that. And reparations would cover visiting and even those who want to resettle, repatriate, things like that. And also trace our DNA as well. Because we don't know who is our family back home. We don't know.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to laugh in there, but I'm imagining. Have you as Shayo, have you been able to somehow get close to which African country you come from? Or your ancestors came from?
My DNA. Yes, I'm trying to reconnect more, but I did take my DNA. And I found out that I connect with a lot of different countries in Africa, actually. I'm still working on tracing it back. Yeah, it's so many countries, I know.
Oh.
That's why I'm still tracing back. So, yeah.
I know that it's quite distributed, and it could be very, very hard. Now, yeah, and so it's also good to be African. So whichever African country you settle down with, you're always very welcome. But I'm going to ask you something about, of course, Mama Africa. One of the things is you talked about repatriation and having Africans be able to come back home and to connect, at least to, if though there are those who can't come back, they need support to come back home. And we on this side, we also need to appreciate and then help them settle down here. Now, I'm going to ask you, how are you? Which strategies are you using to link the two? You have me in Uganda, and you have someone over there who is thinking of coming in here. How are you through Mama Africa? How are you laying out the strategies? Which strategies are you laying out to link the two? To achieve the objective.
Well, to achieve the objective, we first have to, unify. We have to organize. We have to work together. Right now, it's more about connecting. So we're recruiting right now, bringing people together, hearing the different voices, sharing ideas, strategies. So right now, we're really in that mode. Okay.
And I'm thinking, I'm going to ask you more questions along those lines, because personally, I'm very excited. You Africans here have, tell our fellow black folks on that side that they have a very big reception here. It's told by the fact that we watch so much Hollywood, and most of the Hollywood we watch is predominantly, blacks. And one of the ladies we have in the studio here has a popular series that she's been watching. How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh, yes.
Which is done by the lead artist, Viola Davis.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, because she's watching this thing over and over, and I'm thinking that if she ever got a chance to meet Viola, either when she's coming back, she's coming here, it would be very wonderful. I mean, together with more young people and other people who have been watching these popular movie arcs by blacks, I mean, could be one of the entry points.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the other thing is businesses and, entertainment, share of culture, and the rest have been known. Sharing of culture, entertainment, and business have been known to link up people easily. Mm-hmm. I would like to know which specific areas, either in business or culture, expression and sharing and meeting, events, are you planning specifically?
Well, right now we're doing awareness campaigns. We're trying to do on both sides, both in Africa and, overseas, because a lot of us are aware of the different cultures, back home in Africa, the tradition, all these things. So it's like an educational thing. That's our cross-exchange thing.
Yeah.
And the language as well.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of us are, our African languages.
True.
So things like that. Kind of doing that.
True.
Right now.
I can imagine. Okay, and then business, which other lines, let's say in terms of business, which are the future plans you have specifically for business? Because if it was business linkages, trust me, you would have your phone ringing right now. Because, yeah.
But that's what we want to set up, because we always encourage supporting our black businesses. So that's what we're really trying to do, investing in Africa. You understand?
Yeah.
Over, I said we don't have, a lot of African-made products. I would love to see made in Africa. We're not seeing that at all. That's, if that we're trying to push our own businesses as well, and helping young people start businesses, things like that. We're working on.
That sounds really very interesting. There's something also I saw. I want to think that our wear, our clothing is one of the things that you look at, exporting out there. But also looking specifically at your profile picture here on WhatsApp is an African wear. Where did you buy it?
We have people in Uganda, Kenya, as you know.
Yeah.
They get these things, which I'm proud of. I wear with pride of my African culture, and things like that. I wish I could see more of side, but that's something that we have to teach. We have to celebrate. We have to,
Yeah.
To know. But yeah.
Okay, that's really interesting. I mean, this conversation will go on, but I'm going to ask you to bring it close to the upcoming International Youth Day, which is celebrated every year, and this year's International Youth Day, which will happen on 12th of August. I'm going to ask you, as Mama Africa, what is your entry point? Where would you suggest that the theme of the International Youth Day, which is on youth engagement for global action, how would you advise young Africans or blacks or people of color, how do they participate in the global markets, in the global platforms? What would be the unique selling proposition? What would be the entry point for us to be able to share the global platforms together with other people?
Well, for one, we just have to think about, starting businesses back home, things like that. We definitely support from, the government with that, and have incentives. Because a lot of time we want to come over here in the West and we end up staying here and building over here, but we need to think about building Africa.
Yeah.
So, young people there listening, remember, you are the future of Africa.
Exactly.
Africa is in your hands. You have the power to bring a new golden age in Africa.
Exactly.
So joining Mama Africa, we can connect together, work together to make the African dream a reality.
Yes.
That's what I to the young people.
Wow. You have made the request very loud and clear, and trust me, as we're going forward, we're gonna give them a link to different contact lines of how can they sign up to this wonderful platform, and I'm gonna ask you to please give us those platforms. How should someone sign up to join this wonderful movement?
Right now, they can contact me on WhatsApp, or they can contact, Tiberius can give you his number.
Yeah, Tiberius, who is the local coordinator?
Right.
Yeah.
But mine is 310-720718. And Chris can give you his number, and you can reach out to us at the Chiefdom at MamaAfrica. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Shayo. And I'm going to ask you to give us your sign-out words, and there could be a small, wonderful word of wisdom. I mean, I know now that you carry on yourself very great wisdom that you've collected all the way. I mean, reading and researching about African countries is not easy because most of the information is not out there. What would be your sign-out words to young Africans who are listening to you right now?
Well, I would say, let's work together. Let's make Africa the strong economic power we know we can. And that would be my sign-out word, really.
Okay. Thank you so much. And a very good morning to you, Shayo. Thank you so much. That's Shayo from MamaAfrica. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day ahead of you.
You too.
Cheers.
Let me bring you Roland. Roland, please tell us, how is MamaAfrica? And starting with you as a person, because everything should start with us. How is MamaAfrica, using you as an ambassador of creative art? Okay, how are you responding to young people to unemployment caused by COVID-19? And how are you helping young people within your model of your sector of creative arts? How are you helping them number one, recognize that COVID is here for some reason, either to stay for some time, but then how do they go about it?
Okay, thank you, Patrick, and great listeners out there. It's the same. Okay, I would want to go straight to say that never waste a good crisis. Just like earlier on, one of the sharings, the testimonies there, that someone was able to create masks, which unexpected. That mask wasn't something that he was creating. So that creative was able to find solutions to the things that were on demand, merchandising things that would be in need. And I'd want to say, as MamaAfrica, we want to inspire that change, challenge the thinking, because already what I see the activities that we do with the young people is to try to really for now we are recruiting and we're trying to have these discussions, ask the right questions, and then if you talk about economic empowerment, we're encouraging young people to do businesses, because that's how we're going to really flourish and make Africa stronger. So in my thinking is that we have a lot of activity that we can do, but majorly right now is that we are trying to create content that is relevant, that these young people can be inspired. Then there is this part of bridging the gap, because we believe that if we are stronger at the society level, at our own spaces, we can be stronger globally, because we desire to connect the dots by really involving people, informing on what to do, educating, and then taking pride in our cultural values, because sometimes I see this gentleman is putting on this fabric and proudly saying, buy African. And every time I share, I want to something about African, I would want to support African businesses. So in so doing, we are trying to really educate the young people out there. Even ahead of this youth celebration, I would want to say that there's a famous quote usually say, you do not know what you don't know. And which specifically knows that we need to go out there. You need to connect people like-minded. Just like every time I come to Soul Cruise, the radio, I find very exciting insights that every young person out there would want to associate, interact, and then, there's that interaction, but you're provoked to think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and those are some of the things that we want to say. And for MamaAfrica, we are into the business of recruiting more young people to see how we can work, support each other, to grow. We collaborate on projects. Just like a recent event that we did in the COVID. People will not gather. We had to stage an event at the center of Nambole Stadium, for the 2,000-seater stadium. We created art, and people were watching online, and they were interacting. They say, what do you think? And, we brought all this technology, and some of those ideas and challenges the other young people to be able to really creatively think.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, it's a high moment, as much as there's that interaction one-on-one, and there's that mingling and interaction and sharing. People, if you don't have a product, I can be having someone else has it. So you find there's a linkage of different businesses. And those are some of the things. Information, we're always online, trying to also say something. Just like right now, I might tell you that some people are watching live because of the nature of the... Okay, we're in a season of technology, so we're able to talk, interact with these young people online. Maybe what I want to say, the activities we've been trying to share posters on different spaces. Maybe I would want to share my number again so that I can really get these people who are really interested to get associate so much, because the posters have been going out there. We've been putting posters, some banners, and then we've been trying to tell people, join us. And then what I could say is that I would want to add my number to the other numbers that have been shared, which everyone who needs to contact us would join in.
Okay. Today we are talking about the International Youth Day, which will be happening on the 12th of August. And in the studios we have Youth Entrepreneurship Spark representative from that organization. And we've been having a talk around what have they been able to do to help young people, especially go through this situation caused by COVID-19. One is unemployment, as a number of them are accruing through that, violence, domestic violence, early marriage. And then, as you've heard, it's a 12-year, 12 girls got impregnated by one young man. So who is to blame? You could blame the young man, and then when you meet the young man, you could also sympathize with him. So that is the crossroad where young people find themselves, but they are so. Yes. Roland, you sign out remarks.
Okay, mine are very simple, and I like the complex conversation. To me, it's a call to action, because we are in the season, I don't want to call it COVID, but we need to maximize on what we have. And then for me, from Mama Africa, I would want to say it's a call to action to join us. The time is now. Africa, we need to unite, we need to synergize, we need to collaborate and work on some of these things that we desire to see and realize this African dream. Many youths out there are really yearning. There's something they want to do to solve the issue of unemployment. There's something they want to do to connect, maybe just be a contributor to the climate change.
Yes.
There's so much that we can do, but as we need having these conversations, time is now. Join us at mamaafrica.com. We can have more conversations, more discussions, more testimonies. That many. I was happy that I was in the studio. I find Derek, one of the artists, who mentioned that actually is an impact. That when we began reaching out to many young people, our call to, the creative industry, he's been practicing, and it's a good testimony. So I have to say, maybe let me remind the listeners to join me at the mamaafrica.org. There is +256 then 779 94 9999. The other one is +1 310 728 0718. It's the number that we use on WhatsApp.
Okay.
And what I would want to say is that they can also follow us on our Facebook page, mamaafrica.org. I still remain the tribal counselor for the Mama Africa, and I'm proudly calling out the youth to celebrate this month of August and do something about it.
Thank you so much. Roland is an artist. You can check him out on Facebook.
Yes, I use the Tibirusia.
Tibirusia. He's a great artist. Check him out. He's done quite wonderful paintings.
Ladies and gentlemen listening on, my name is Walukune Sylvester George Derek, and I'm from Mama Africa. I'm so happy to be here. I'm a little bit nervous, but I understand.
It's okay. It's the first time to be on radio.
Yeah, that's it. It's the first time to be on
Just be easy.
I'm from Mama Africa, and the other part of me, I'm an artist. I work with the Tibirusia Art Academy.
Okay.
We've reached out to many youths out there, even the young kids, let me see, the juveniles and all that. So, there are many things that really inspire me, like looking at young kids being creative and also learning, helping them explore their creativity.
Exactly.
Like that,
Exactly.
It really gives me a lot of happiness, and that's something that I really want to keep doing since I'm a youth. So I know that as a youth, what I want is to see the young people who are younger than me taking the right path.
I can tell you something which I do agree with you, definitely. It is common with us. When I say us, I want to make sure that it's a little bit people that have actually self-made.
Sure,
I don't know whether you also subscribe to the same group. Somewhere where you didn't get so much support from either home or community or people. We have a sense of picking up other people along. When we get there, we have this spirit that I want to get someone by the hand and take them on. Because after the journey was quite very hard, I don't know your journey of finding yourself, being an artist, how it was.
Yeah.
Was it hard?
There's nothing so easy.
Okay, so definitely I appreciate that. Most of us that have heard a very, very hard one while making it up, it's obvious that when we get there, we actually want to pick someone so that they don't go through exactly what we went through.
Yeah.
Is that the same space or same spirit that you're using?
That's what I feel inside. Like what I've gone through reaching where I am, it's been struggles up and down. So whenever I look at the little, let me say, the kids down, and they're also taking the same route that I am taking, I feel like it's better to guide them at that age when I still have the strength.
Yeah.
It's better to guide them.
Did you
show
get
them
so
the
many?
mistake.
Did you get any people to help you along?
I've got quite a lot of people who have helped me, and let me say, Tibrisha Rollins has helped me a lot, like in terms of. Okay, he has always directed me, and that's why I call him a mentor. Like, he has always directed me and called me to engage in different activities, and that has kept me like learning. And I will say that the moment I met him, I know that I had the vision, but still he polished me in a way.
You were a paint artist, right?
Yeah, I'm an artist.
So I could say that a visual artist.
Yeah.
You paint faces of people.
Sure.
You paint quite a number. What else do you paint?
I love animals and nature, so that's something that I really do.
Okay. Now, the other thing I saw Roland breaking through when he was trying to break through, one of the things that I saw him bring to your industry, visual art, was a number of you guys had painted quite a number of things, from the faces of the president, famous faces of people, and people were not buying these art pieces.
Sure.
So what I saw Roland bring through or try to break the iceberg was how to commercialize the art.
Sure.
Is it the same way he has helped you? And if yes, how has it helped you to commercialize your work?
I think, that's a good point. When it comes to the types of artworks that you've mentioned, like people really do works that have already been done, doing something that has already been done. It's a big challenge, and most of the youth don't know that. You will draw a face of a president or something that has already been done by 1,000 people.
Yes.
It will be very hard to be perceived as something unique because everyone can do it and it has been done.
Yeah.
So when it comes to what I've learned over the years, and like for example, live painting, that's something that's it's not everywhere. Not that every artist does that.
Like live painting of an
live
event.
painting of an event.
And I want to think that is a concept that that should the credit should be given to Roland, that he started that concept of live painting, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
In Uganda.
Yeah. That's what I've observed and I've seen.
Okay.
The man once said that in Africa, why does your fellow African want you to carry a stone in your head? Let's be the kind of person who would love to help each other move the stone and throw it down so that we can lift ourselves together.
Yes.
And the last thing that I will tell to the youths out there, it's let's not brag about what we have to show the other youths that we are better than them. Let's all work together and find a way of supporting each other. My name is Walukuni Derek, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.